Nikita from +2 popping it up. Aaron, that's 9s in the hijack.
Yeah, it's a play. Again, not super familiar with all the nuances of this game, but I don't know. It seems like the pairs. I guess that's probably in the cut. I mean, 9s is an okay pair.
Right.
It's not. We're not like ecstatic about it. Oh,
600.
window.
Although,
Hello.
what a wet board this is behind.
Oh, flop. Oh my goodness.
Nikita with the open-ended straight flush draw. Aaron with the set. It is a flip.
I'll tell you what. When you see
I'm kind
that,
of surprised it's not even more Nikita's way, this one.
yeah, because the full house doesn't matter. I mean, he's still got the. I guess full house would be the straight.
Right.
I mean, man, a 9 in the door card. This is like if you could. This is literally the worst possible cards behind. I guess maybe 10 jack of spades, but
at the same time, if you're Aaron, you got a set. If your opponent has a straight, it's pretty much a flip in this game as well. So just decides to bet it out. Can certainly get some action from some weaker hands.
And when he has the jack of spades here, he's probably thinking, what is my opponent flatting and now leading on this kind of board, you know? Does he have, what hands is he flatting?
Right,
Tens,
it's like ace-king suited.
queens.
Ace-king of spades isn't what you're worried about, right?
Yeah.
Really? I mean,
the ace of spades, like a hand like ace queen off with the ace of spades.
right.
Wow.
But they're pretty few and far between.
Yeah.
Nikita does rip it in.
Wow.
And I don't know, Jeff, it just feels like bottom set. You just got to shrug and call it off. I mean, he's not doing this with a flush, right?
Let me cover, yeah. Yeah.
Seems like a straight's a most likely value hand. And as I say, a set against a straight in this game is pretty close to a flip. So only 467k back as well. But yeah, Jeff, it's interesting you're saying, obviously, the P or pre. I'm with you because, you know, 9s is a very low pair in this game, and you flop a set, it's not necessarily gonna win as often as you would in regular Hold'em. You know, set's not as strong. And obviously this ball will be scary in regular Hold'em as well as short deck, but
Yep.
you know, even on some broken boards, set of 9s doesn't hold often too often with all the straight draws out there in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in that camp with you. It's one of those things. You're flatting 9s and you flop a set. I don't know. Like it's gonna be hard for me to fold, but you don't love it. Like, what is he really shoving here? Could be 10s or queens. It could be jack. You know, yeah, what jack queen. Yeah. Exactly this type of hand. Like you're really trying to find like good scenarios. Is he shoving?
I don't think he's got 10s. Does he raise 10s? I mean, just from watching these guys play, they all play pretty coy pre with those pairs.
Right.
I mean, he's just
King Jack.
I mean, King Jack you're flipping against. I don't think he shoves a flush.
Queens, you can have queens.
Yeah, that's the one hand I think you'd be worried about here.
With a spade.
Yeah, all these kind of hands. Yeah, he does make the call, and Nikita pulls the face. He knows. I think he's pretty sure he's up against. I think he's expecting to see 10s. Sees 9s, same thing. 11 outs, couple of cards.
Yeah, spade is ends it, right? Straight still could be action. Wow.
Quads.
Straight flush. Come on. No, don't do it.
Aaron was
Yes.
Aaron with the early celebrate, but in this game there's always something going on. Straight flush draw possible.
Wouldn't have been nice. Yeah.
Wow.
Almost fold. The
The wheel's spinning for tie.
Yeah, he's gonna go for it here. Pop up the A7, put pressure on Paul and Aaron. That's one of those hands, Jeff. If he gets limp jammed on holding A7, he can quite happily just let that one go.
Yep.
No damage done. Paul with 2 9s, it's just going to be hard to continue, right? For what is
275.
10% of his remaining stack.
Similar to Hold'em, though, it is, I guess, pretty. It's kind of like, all right, I hit a 9 or not, and maybe get a full double if you think that player has. The problem is when players are messing around or whatnot, you're going to get, it's not just like, oh, so simple that he has aces or kings or queens. Aaron now.
Yeah, I mean, Aaron, such a player behind like Queen 10 of spades, obviously gonna come in and make this 3-way.
Yeah. Oh,
there it is.
Door card.
Wow, what a flop.
Oh my goodness, this is like the third or fourth time we've seen a door card set that's like
But this is the spot right in this game. It's basically a flip. You see the percentages there. Flop straight against a set.
Oh, and actually, Ty is. Oh no, he's got 0%. But he, in his mind, he actually has a 6 or a 10.
Right.
So he's somehow open-ended with this.
Yeah, he's got the
Yeah, which
double
is
gutter.
actually a pretty good flop for his hand. I mean, I guess the 10 though, you can't count as good. Like, I mean, he would be against the bigger straight in his mind most of the time.
I think that looks for Paul's going to lead out here. And I think that's reasonable in a three-way pot. Jeff, Aaron's going to have a piece of this quite often, having taken it three-way pre-flop.
So Aaron now with the nuts, thinking, is there merit to raise? Would that make sense, or would I just call? I mean, he's got the stone cold nuts.
Right, it's only 800k more when he raises, isn't it? I think you can just jam here and know you're always getting the action. Can't imagine a hand bet, pull bets of 500 and folds for 800 more.
Is there any merit to calling though to get maybe Ty to get involved? Or I guess Ty's going to get.
When Ty has exactly this hand, it seems like a gin scenario, right? You get Ty to call drawing dead, but there's a flip. Jeff, look at that, 49%, 49%.
Yeah, literally the same hand versus Makita, where we saw actually reversed. Aaron had the set against the draw, and he turned quads, as a matter of fact, to just end the hand. And this time,
there it is.
Oh,
Pair it up straight away. And make quads.
oh.
Quad.
Yeah.
Unlucky Aaron.
Yeah.
Game.
Nice playing you, Aaron.
8-8-8, the flop here. Dmitry with the 8.
Whoa.
Quads. Easy game. Unfortunately, nobody has anything from his point of view. But you know what Ivan's got? He's got an idea in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Bets 30. Backdoor, straight and flush draws.
Dmitri's made the super nuts a couple hands now in a row. And the Jack or 9 could cause some problems for Ivan, but at the same time, in a multi-way pot getting called, I don't think he's just like gonna go insane.
If I had a little quarter pot,
yeah. But
wow, he just can't help himself. He just
No.
fires again. I mean, you know, we loved the bluff a minute ago. It's easy to say not loving it quite so much now when we can see he's up against quads. But this one does feel a little different, Jeff. 8-8-8 board. Someone calls. There are not many cards they're going to fold to on the turn.
also he limps.
165.
Wow, and he comes out with the raise.
55.
You know, I like this raise actually because a player like Ivan, who could maybe maneuver himself into some leveling, could say, you know, would he raise an 8? And if not, then, you know, maybe I can make it 450 here, and or I could just call and set up a play in the river. So he, you know, if he just calls, the alarm bells go off. Maybe he just shuts it down, or maybe he has one more like small shell in the river or something. But one, you know, 200K shell. But if here you could actually get Ivan to like blast it and put you all in.
Calling, we can sometimes win some more chips.
Yeah.
Raising here, we can sometimes get them all.
Yeah, he's also setting up essentially a pot size river shove if Ivan were to call here somehow, or I think Ivan's now thinking that's what he's thinking. Can I rep that? Can he credibly have an 8? And if he doesn't, maybe I could. And am I, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Ivan can go into thing a bit more. I think, if he's got a hand like queens or has a king.
Oh my goodness.
Here we go, Jeff. You called it. Gives him a chance to go ballistic. And the Dmitri's like, hang on a second. Do I have the 8? I just better double check my cards here. I'm pretty sure I got quads.
What country is Dmitry from? What is that flag?
Indeed have quads. That is a flag that I'm not too familiar with.
It must be somewhere near here. Like,
and Dmitry moves
I
all
don't
in.
know about that. I mean, I guess it's only a little more, so he figures he has a king at that point or
He's
whatever.
got a king, or he's somehow got aces, or seems unlikely from the cutoff, but
yeah.
2 spots. Alexi, well, not a bad flop for Alexi.
Welcome.
Raises it up with ace jack, gets a couple of calls, flops a full house, first hand at the table.
Welcome to the table.
Yeah, like, easy game, and he's going to get some action here. Ben with ace 10. Ivan's going to hang around with his pair.
Uh-oh. Ivan's hunting for something he doesn't want.
Yeah, the old.
Ben's got himself in a pretty bad spot here as well. It's almost like too good to fold, and you just don't imagine your opponent's leading out with the full house.
Right, I mean, Ben's hand just figures to be good here a lot. He's thinking, but I can't seem to do anything but calling. Jeff, there's no reason to raise his hand.
No, he's definitely not raising. I think you almost see like you want to get out of the way. It's like something's up. Ivan's peeling as wide as 5s, though, so.
And, well, he picks up a raw flush draw, does
Whoa.
Ben on the turn. And this is only out. The other club's going to get him in trouble. Of course, an ace for chop.
This is some. Alexi's probably in his mind thinking, what could go wrong? Well, all of a sudden, I don't have the nuts, you know? There's a few hands that beat him. Well, there's the queen 10 of clubs, pocket kings. And he does check. I mean, it's interesting that he would check. Oh, my goodness. It's interesting he bets with that. Now he doesn't have to worry.
I
Well,
like it, right? He's supposed to slow down on that
Yeah.
card, isn't he? The clubs come in.
Yeah.
You know, Ivan's called from a small blind. He can have a jack. He can have queen 10. He can have clubs. Ben's overcalled in the big blind. He can have all the club combos because he's never going to fold a suited hand in the big blind in this action. I really like that check back in a theoretical sense, right? Alexi's just...
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, a guy with maybe clubs go for it now.
Oh, and they both checked to him again. I mean, it's really hard for Alexi to see how he can get paid.
Right. I
You
guess
have to hope someone's got an ace. And
he's going for 40, 50,000.
yeah,
He's going big.
I like just going big here and just...
Yeah, hope the ace is
Someone's
there.
got an ace, you get paid. If they don't, you don't.
Imagine Ivan decides to rep the quads.
He can have them.
Yeah.
Peel from the small. Check call flop. And Ben, of course, snapping with that ace. Welcome to the table.
Yes. Also, just got word here that big congrats to Paul Foy, who was the industry person of the year. The GPI awards got named yesterday. I
Nice,
didn't realize
I did see that, yeah, actually.
Pretty sweet.
Mr. Ivy got the aces. Limps in. Sam checks back king out of clubs. Rut-row. This could be a big one, Jeff. We got top set against the nut flush draw and a pair.
Action. Top set Ivy, no big deal. What a board though. I mean, I guess for Greenwood, you know, it's a little unlucky. He's got that pair flush draw. He's got to think, you know, against the set. This is like the worst hand he could be against. Even like ace queen, his 8 would be live, but
right.
And it were, you know, ace jack, he's got the whole shalada. But here, he's really just drawn to that flush. And for Ivy, a bit unlucky. Oh well, that actually now that is that's a sight you'd love to see if you're a Phil Ivy fan.
Quads for Ivy. Greenwood still with that nut flush draw. Remember, in this game, flush beats a house. So we can see Greenwood 0%, but he's going to think he's still doing okay in this
Gotta
one.
love it. Slip some rope, you know, in case some, I mean, just pretty special stuff here. This is, I mean, if a flush runs out, if a club were to come, oh my goodness gracious. Come on.
Wow, we have quads versus nut flush in short deck.
Wow. This is, honestly, this is, I mean, is there any chance it doesn't?
Just goes in,
it's
right?
in.
It's
It's
in.
going in. How could it not go in?
If Ivy bets, Sam's going to raise, Ivy's going to jam.
This is insane. And Sam is thinking about Vegas and the Mirage, and this is the one that you don't get there. You're on your way and you don't get to in the door somehow. This is, I mean, there's just no other. I mean, it's just none. There's hand combination 1, right? All the other ones are houses.
Right.
But at the same time, yeah, I guess you might think Phil could have a lower flush, but a full.
Right.
You know that a full house doesn't beat
But
a.
you're going to raise up here, and you're going to get
You get raised, and you
jammed
maybe
in.
Phil
You're
has
gonna
like
be
the
a bit
queen high
sick, but-
or whatever, and a flush. Yeah.
I mean, he's not going to like it when he gets jammed on.
He's probably. I don't even
But you
think
got
he
the king
thinks
flush.
long. Wow.
Obviously, you lose the 10-9 of clubs, and you lose the aces. Those are the two hands you can lose to here.
And if you're Phil, you lose. Or
Same for Phil,
oh,
he
you lose
loses to the 10-9 of clubs and the king-10 of clubs. I mean,
no, king 10 of clubs, right? That's it.
sorry, yeah, king-10 of clubs only.
So there's one hand you lose if you're Phil, and
There's two if you're Sam.
yeah. So it's the biggest cooler you'll see, really.
Smaller.
Sam's going to feel sick, but he can't fold. Quads.
Wow.
Have some of that.
Wow. What a hand. I mean, this is a sick three-handed, 1 versus 2 stack in the biggest cooler you're going to see
That was
possible. Unbelievable stuff. I mean, that's great. What a run out. What a hand.